Okay, I've decided to do one more episode today. At least for this game. I don't know if I'm going to start recording anything else. So I'm in the mood to record. But all this is going to be is me getting to the castle rather than actually doing that quest right away. Because it's going to be a little bit of a trip. While I'm doing this, I could probably talk about some other ideas I have. So, I'm pretty certain that Fable is getting another game. I think there's been enough, I guess it would be evidence, but enough reasons to believe that there's one being made. And I know there's an issue because each game is like in the future from the previous game, and that's a significant amount of time. And I've heard some ideas that people have been throwing around as to what the next game could be. I am okay if the game is slightly futuristic because of all the time skips and whatnot. But here's my thought. I would like a version of Fable to where all three of the stories, Fable 1, 2, and 3, still happened. They're still canon. But some sort of event happens where that is just one timeline. And then we could go back to like the timeline of the first game or even slightly before that. But people still know that, hey, something happened. There's been a divide in time. And we know what happened to the previous adventurers. And then you could like learn more from that with your character. Because like it could be known but not 100% understood. And your character could like seek out that knowledge as well as some other quests and other things your character needs to do. And I still like the idea of making your own character because I don't think you ever could. It's been a little while. I played all three and beaten all three. I still think the second one's the best, even though I really, really, really enjoyed the third, even though that's people's least favorite game. But I don't think you ever really got to make your own character. You just got to customize a little bit, especially if you were good or evil. Your appearance got to change, and you could buy different hairs, and you could like work out, all that type of stuff. I really want them to go into the whole situation of like, hey, if you eat a lot, you're gonna get fat. If you work out a lot, you're gonna get muscular. Like, I like that type of stuff. Ooh, car fell off in the distance. But I would like some of the things they promised before with the first game that I don't think they ever really delivered on. And I would like... See, here's my issue. I love open world RPGs and I love decisions to matter. And I love it to be able to impact the next game meaningfully, not just slightly. And I also like romance options. And I like those things, all those things to be fleshed out, plus character creation. I don't know if Fable is that type of game. Well, I mean, there is romance. You can romance pretty much anyone. But I like the idea of all the good elements that it has to be fleshed out even more. Like, especially the romance. Like, I would like full-on dialogue options for pretty much everyone. But that's just in every game in general. So I don't like the idea of just walking up to an NPC and they have like a few lines and that's it. I like the idea that you could literally walk up to anyone and have full conversations with them if they like aren't put off by you. But I still think that a Fable game now, if it were to come out, what would be English? What would be best is to highlight all the good that it's ever had. Put it in a different timeline, but we still acknowledge the past. And just really enhance all the things that it could be. Like, this could be, like, the best Fable to ever exist. But I unfortunately don't think that game companies, or at least the company that currently has it, which I'm not 100% certain which one has it, but, I don't think people are trying to do that. I think what is happening lately, but has now been caught on and is probably going to be stopping soon, is a lot of companies, all they really care about is making money and getting games out by a certain deadline. And quality has unfortunately taken a backside to quantity. But I think especially now, with a lot of the lawsuits that are going on with different companies and a lot of laws being passed to make certain systems not acceptable, which is very helpful. I'm thinking companies now are realizing that it's best to take your time with a game, make it worth the money. Heck, make the amount of money you pay seem like a steal because of how much content you have. I thought that was good. Freeze. Apparently not. There we go. And I'm hoping that nowadays we're going to get stuff like that. Like, we're going to focus, different game companies are going to focus on quality. At least that's my hope. And if that happens, just think about what could come out down the line and how good they could be. Like, a new Fable could be fantastic. It could be the game we thought we were going to get when the first Fable came out. A new Elder Scrolls and Fallout could be better than all the previous ones combined. But it's just up to the developers, and I'm not 100% confident in the developers to make the best experience ever. I think their idea of a good experience and the player's idea of a good experience, even though they themselves are gamers, aren't aligned. And I honestly think that if I had the chance to work on a game with one of them, that they would realize why a lot of the games lately have been letdowns, even though a lot of them are still good. Like, there's a lot of good games that have come out. Greedfall, that game is really good. There are issues, of course, and there was a lot of potential with it that wasn't used, but there's still a lot of potential that can be used that makes me wonder about its future. Greedfall is amazing. I should probably do that as a Let's Play, and I was actually getting it ready several months ago to have it as a Let's Play. 'Cause it's really good. Like, I think it's highly underrated. I haven't played the remake of Kingdoms of Amalur yet. I should, because that game is also fantastic. Just in general. That could also be a fun Let's Play. And I would like to see a sequel for that. Like, now that it's been remade and on newer consoles, hopefully there's could be the want and need to make a sequel.
Aw, man, come back! I was having fun.
You know what? I'm gonna leave these people. Not caring enough about them. Eh, you know what?
When you turn up, you're
I
dead.
say that, but I'm still gonna fight them. Why not? Hi. Oh, you want to punch? Nah, I don't want to punch today. Also, there are some game ideas I have that are kind of weird, but I still think could be kind of fun. So you know how back in the day there were, I guess they still make them kind of, but you know how there was a Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo? I never got a chance to play it. That's something I would love to play in the future if I ever get the chance to figure out how to record other things that aren't console. But yeah, there was a Mario RPG back in the day that, from what I've heard, is really good. I like the idea of Sonic having an RPG, and what the idea would be is that you would use like the cartoon, like the original cartoon and the newer ones, and all the different versions of Sonic. You would make them all into one. So like the game would start off with like the Sonic Saturday AM cartoon, like that style of a game with that story, and then it would go to like the Sonic the video game version for like the original Genesis, and then you would go into like Sonic Advance and Sonic X, like that type of stuff. And basically it would be like a time split where like maybe the first few chapters of the game are one version of Sonic, and then you transition to the next and to the next and to the next until you get to like the end boss where you're playing as all versions of Sonic. Well, you would probably make your own team, but you would have like the opportunity for all the different previous versions of Sonic and Knuckles and all that, fighting a brand new end boss who would not be Robotnik. In fact, you could probably have different versions of Robotnik on your team. And what it would be is a way to transition into a new version of Sonic, a new generation that would take, you know, all I like all the good elements of the past and all the good elements of the present and future, well, the present, I guess, and combine them into one brand new version of Sonic that would give the fans something to like, as well as the creators something new to work on. Oh, I don't like this part of the game. Another RPG that I don't, well, I think would actually be weirder than that, because I honestly don't think a Sonic RPG would be weird. It'd definitely be unique and different, especially if you could work on a better system than what I've thought about, which I'm not going to talk about in this video. But for some reason, I kind of like the idea of a Dr. Mario RPG, to where like you're actually going inside people and killing the germs. So kind of like a little bit of a Magic School Bus vibe, where you're going, like that one episode, which I think was the first episode, where you legit go inside someone. So, but for some reason, I really like the idea of that, like a Dr. Mario RPG. Because both of those games I don't think would be open world, they would be more or less like tactics-based RPGs. Oh, and of course, the game that everyone wants is a Animal Crossing and Doom crossover. Now, I've thought about this. There's many different ways you could do that. You could do like a Animal Crossing game, but Doom guys in it, and maybe there's some hellish things in there, because I was actually turning my village into hell, basically, and I'm still kind of working on it. I haven't played Animal Crossing since October, which
Let's do this.
which is annoying, but I've been doing other stuff, so it's fine. So yeah, it could either be like a Animal Crossing type game with the Doom guy in it, or you could do like a Doom game but with like Animal Crossing characters, or even just Isabelle herself. And there's, even though it's all helly and gory and that type of stuff, there's still like cutesy stuff. Like you play a little cute girl character like Isabelle or something. But I've been thinking about that. Like, instead of doing those elements, why not do like something unique? Like have the Doom Eternal team and the Animal Crossing team actually get in a room together and work something out. Both for the meme, but also for the fact that this game would sell like hotcakes. And like you don't, like, it doesn't need to be extremely polished, even though that would be very appreciated. Like it's something you could like make and then work on later.
What?
But that would be really fun. Just think about it. 'Cause what I would like to see more is companies working together to make something. And that could be like a good start. Would be those two companies just working together on a brand new title that's those two games combined into one. Like, I still wonder, like, what would that be? Like, if both companies got to sit down and talk to each other in like in a room and design something, what the heck would that look like? Definitely be unique, which is always good. Well, unique is good, but it's not always great. Like, you get rewards for being unique, but sometimes unique is still shit. And you don't want something that's unique and shit. You just want something unique that's good. Which I think can be accomplished. Okay. So before I continue, before I end the video, I'm going to continue a few topics I wanted to talk about. This would be brief. So yeah, that would be an idea. You know, the Animal Crossing team and the Doom Eternal team to work on a game together that would have those elements. Another weird idea I've had when it comes to game companies working together is, for some weird reason, I don't know why, and I've thought about this like a month ago and haven't thought about it since, so I might be a little rusty on thinking about it. But Bethesda, you know, the people who made Elder Scrolls, and the people who make kids games, like Barney games, like those little, like easy children's, like educational games. Don't know why, but I want to see a Elder Scrolls game that's essentially that, where it's a kid's educational game where you learn how to do stuff, but I want it to secretly be badass. Like, even though it's an educational game, like, I want it to be super fucking fun, so that way people who don't even need that type of game, because they already know all the stuff on there, are just like, wait, why am I playing this game? Why is this stupidly fun? What the heck? Like, I want something like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be Elder Scrolls. It could be a different genre that you wouldn't think, like, hey, educational game should be made for it. That could be fun. Now, there was another thing I was going to talk about, but I'm drawing a blank right now. Oh. So. And again, I don't know why I want to see this. But a Survivors video game. You know that TV show Survivors? But I want it to be really like the show. So, like, you're a contestant. You get on the boat with your crew. You go to an island. You have to survive on the island. You have to do games which could make or break you. You could find idols. You can get voted out and vote people out and make alliances. And the reason I think this could be good is for nowadays with the technology we have, we could do something with AI. Like, now, I guess Radiant AI, if they've worked on that better. But with the technology we have now, they could make a really good Survivors game, to where it's not like cheesy or hokey, or it's just like, oh, we made it for the money or whatever. Like, something that could actually be made really well. And in fact, you could probably have it to where there's multiple seasons of it. Like, season 1, you're on Marquesas, and then you potentially could win. And then you could either, if you win, you could make a new character for a new season, you know, a new island, or you could have the person who won return and be a bigger target because you're a returning champion, and every time you have a character who has won and returns, you could be a bigger and bigger target to the point where it's going to be very, very hard for you to win. Like, you can even have it where there's a challenge where, okay, I've won 10 times, I kept on returning and returning, now it's the point where everyone's going to vote for me, so I have to constantly win immunity or win idol. You know, that could be really good. I'm probably going to do more of this type of stuff while recording this game, and maybe a few others, because I have many ideas that I just want to get out there, because even though I would like credit for them, and I would like to get paid for them, and I would like to actually do them, these are still things I just want done. So even if that stuff doesn't happen for me, and I don't get credited, I'm still going to be happy that it's happened. But anyways, that has been all for now. See you next time.